Welcome to Mellowdy day 23, the penultimate day. This is today's pattern, and as usual, you start knitting above the red line. I've added the right twist to this video, as well as the transition from your main color to the contrast color for the first row and for the following rows. At the end of this video, you can see how this is supposed to look in your knitting. I will see you again tomorrow for the last day of the Mellowdy project. The right twist continental style. You knit the next 2 stitches on your needle together, but you don't slip them off. Instead, you go into the first stitch on your needle, knit it, and then you slip it off. These 2 stitches have now swapped places while knitted. In English style it looks like this. You go into the next 2 stitches and knit them together, but don't slip them off the needle. Instead you go into the first stitch and knit that one again, and then you slip them off. And now they have swapped places while being knit. The transition from main color to contrast color, going left, continental style. If you have 2 stitches on your needle that have the contrast color stitch underneath, it is time to do a make one. So you pull up the strand in between the 2 stitches on your needle, put it on your left hand needle and knit it, twist it. Then you knit one, and now it's time to do a jogless stripe. So you are going to pull up the contrast color loop from the stitch underneath and pull it on your needle and knit it together with your last main color stitch. You pick up your contrast color yarn from underneath, knit one, and then do an SSK. So slip one, put it on backwards and knit it together through the back loop. In English style it looks like this. When you have 2 stitches on your needle that have the contrast color underneath, it is time to do a make one. So you pick up the strand in between the stitches on your needle, pull it on your left hand needle and knit it, twist it. Now you knit one and you do a jogless stripe. So you pick up the strand of the contrast color stitch underneath the stitch on your needle, pull it up and knit it together. You grab your contrast color yarn from underneath, knit 1 stitch and do a slip slip knit. So slip one, put it on backwards and knit it together through the back loop. Transition from the main color to the contrast color for the following rows goes like this. When you have 2 stitches in the main color on your needle, you do an Elizabeth Zimmerman increase by pulling up the loop underneath the stitch and knit it. Then you knit 2. You grab your contrast color yarn from underneath your main color. You knit 1 and you do an SSK. So you slip 1, put it back on the needle, twist it and knit it together through the back loop with the next stitch. The transition from main color to contrast color going left, English style looks like this. When you have 2 stitches in your main color, pick up the loop from the stitch underneath the stitch, pull it up on your left hand needle and knit it. Now you knit 2 stitches, grab your contrast color yarn from underneath, knit one stitch and make an SSK, so slip one, put it on backwards and knit it together through the back loop with the next stitch. And this is what day 23 should look like in your knitting. All these columns of twisted stitches. For the last time, don't forget to put in your lifeline, and I will see you again tomorrow for the last day.